The paper did a story on how government employees, meaning cops, sheriffs and firefighters etc., have been using social media to degrade the public citizens. They have ruled against this, because they are not supposed to treat us as slaves and/or serfs. They are supposed to be our public servants, but it has flipped. They treat us as slaves and/or just something to tax, kidnap and then jail. It's all about money, follow the money. It's policing for profit, governments making money, cops, sheriffs, courts, jail, probation. Charlotte County is the biggest employer in Charlotte County, and their pay, benefits and retirement are unrealistic and unsustainable. We will fail with this fascist socialism just like Detroit did and all socialist countries do. Behaving badly. Government employees face different social media rules. By Elaine Allen Emmerich. Englewood Community News Editor. 3 Charlotte County Corrections deputies were disciplined for posting a photo on social media as a joke. The photo showed a mentally challenged jail inmate who had rubbed feces across his face and a corrections officer who was trying to restrain the inmate for cleanup. The text added to the photo states, "The face you make when you realize you should have tried harder in school." The nurse saw the photo and told the sheriff's office. Investigators later learned Deputy Michael Wiles, the officer in the photo, used the picture October 9 in his official report about the incident. But after he finished the report, another officer, Deputy Ryan Buckley, asked Wiles for a copy of the picture. Wiles emailed it to Buckley's personal email account, the report shows. Buckley created a meme by adding the text to the picture and sent it by Facebook Messenger to a third officer, Deputy Christine Schmidt, who was also Wiles' girlfriend, according to the report. The next day, Schmidt posted the picture to her. Lieutenant Mike D'Angelo at the Boca Grande Fire Station was suspended after he allegedly tweeted a racist slur from his own social media account last year. Photo by Betsy Williams. Instagram account with the comment, "When your shift starts out with a S-face. Lamau at MPW, meaning laughing my ass off at Michael P. Wiles." All 3 deputies, Buckley, Schmidt and Wiles, cooperated with the investigation and were found in violation of conduct unbecoming in violation of official procedure or directives. They received 48-hour suspensions without pay and 6 months disciplinary probation. Schmidt also must attend a presentation on the use of social media. "I am deeply disheartened and disappointed by the behavior of my deputies," Sheriff Bill Prummell said. "Their saving grace is that they were honest from the beginning. Corrective action has been taken." Walking a tightrope. Employees paid with public funds walk a tightrope when regulating the use and content of social media. Across the country, they are held to higher scrutiny than others posting on the internet, and what they say can have career consequences if they step over the line. In Alabama, Talladega police officer Joel Husk shared a couple of memes on his Facebook page saying the First Lady Michelle Obama was fluent in ghetto, and another stated over 620,000 white people died to free black slaves, and still to this day not even one thank you. He was fired. McKeesport, Pennsylvania, police officer Melissa Adamson was terminated after posting a selfie while in uniform. The photo said, "I'm the law today," and ended with a slang variation of the N-word. In Boca Grande, a fire department lieutenant was ordered sensitivity training after using an expletive and the N-word in response to African American athletes who refused to stand for the national anthem. Public employees are held to a higher standard than others, according to Julie Tippendorf, who focuses her practice on government, including counseling on ethics, social media, elections and sunshine laws. Public employees do not surrender all of their First Amendment rights, particularly their speech rights, merely because they are employed by the government. However, the speech of public employees can be subject to certain restrictions by the government, because it has a different, and more significant, interest in regulating the speech of its employees than the general public. Reviewing policy. Boca Grande Fire Chief C.W. Blosser was flooded with messages after Lieutenant Michael D'Angelo's Facebook post went viral in September. "We are really trying to move forward and have this incident in our rear-view mirror," said Blosser. Lieutenant Mike D'Angelo was disciplined. He paid for his own sensitivity training sessions. He wasn't allowed back to work until he passed the training, which was like a few counseling sessions. Blosser said D'Angelo is a professional and will treat all patients or fight fires for all residents regardless of race. "If we thought that he was anything less than a professional, he wouldn't still work here," Blosser said. What he said was very derogatory and offensive. The fire district reviewed its social media policy. "We have a very good social media policy," he said. "It just wasn't followed in this case. We took action." Mike was suspended for 5 shifts. Some, like Skip Perry, defended D'Angelo, saying he's a good instructor. "Who cares for the people he is around?" Perry wrote, "Despite what he said from the shadows of social media, there is one thing I know about my friend. When the lieutenant has his bunker gear on and it's time to turn and not burn, he will put his 6 on the line for anyone, no matter what color. He is a firefighter." Photo on Facebook. In November, a photo of 2 off-duty Northport police officers at a wedding wearing brass knuckles circulated on Facebook. The photo divided the Facebook participants who questioned if brass knuckles were legal in Florida, if officers should be sporting them, and if it was appropriate to call out officers who were clearly off-duty and enjoying themselves at a private party. One woman posted, "Our cops must be above this disgusting display of aggression." Another wrote, "Is this what is considered the new and improved NPPD? Rebrand from the thumpers to bashers with brass knuckles?" Many defended the officers, saying the brass knuckles were merely party favors. One person explained the photo was private and leaked onto Facebook, which was an unfair depiction of the officers who couldn't respond to negative comments or assumptions. Northport has a 5-page social media policy that includes email use and not endorsing candidates on city time. While the policy covers employees, it does not include elected commissioners. Email, elin@sun-herald.com. Government employees and social media law. All municipalities from Sarasota to Fort Myers have their own social media policies. Case law has determined that a public employee has limited or no expectation of privacy in their office, desk, locker or even their telephone calls at work, and that extends to publicly managed social media accounts. Unfortunately, the law moves slowly and is far from addressing the balance of rights of employees and employers in the context of electronic communications, according to attorney Julie Tippendorf, who focuses her practice on government, including counseling clients on ethics, social media, elections, personnel issues, and sunshine laws. Public employees do not surrender all of their First Amendment rights, particularly their speech rights, merely because they are employed by the government. However, the speech of public employees can be subject to certain restrictions by the government, because it has a different, and more significant, interest in regulating the speech of its employees than the general public. According to Tippendorf, the U.S. Supreme Court has outlined a 2-step analysis for determining if the speech of public employees is protected by the First Amendment. It must be determined whether the employee spoke as a citizen on a matter of public concern. If the speech is a matter of public concern, then the court must decide whether the government was justified for treating the employee's speech differently from the general public. Courts decide if the speech is a matter of public concern based on the content, form, and context of a given statement, as revealed by the whole record. Of these factors, the content of the statements have generally been acknowledged to be the most important, she wrote in a Social Media and Government Legal and Ethical Issues online guide. Matters which have been found to be of the public concern include speech relating to public safety and policy protection, governmental wrongdoing and misconduct, or speech which seeks to expose wrongdoing by government officials, she wrote. Compiled by Elaine Allen Emmerich.